Triumph have just released the details of the much awaited new 2021 Speed Twin, so I thought I'd take a look at what's changed and what we can expect from the bike. I reviewed the Speed Twin back at its original launch in 2019 and it quickly became my favourite in the Triumph and Modern Classics range. It had all the stripped back aesthetics that I loved about the Street Twin, but with an enhanced performance and riding experience from the grunty 1200cc motor. So that's probably a good place to start. There's a significant update to the Speed Twin engine, largely of course Euro 5 emission driven. Power is up by 3 PS, which is as near as damn it 3 horsepower in old money, so that puts the peak power at 100. In reality that's not really going to be noticeable on the road, but the bump in mid-range power and peak torque of 112 Newton meters coming in lower at 4,250 RPM will be. Combine this with a 17% reduction in inertia and the new Speed Twin should feel a little more peppier and livelier than the outgoing model. The lower weight crank, high compression pistons, revised cam and port profiles along with a secondary air system all sound promising, but it's not until I get to ride one that I can really comment on how it changes the riding experience. There are always detractors who are disappointed that a 1200cc motor only puts out 100 horsepower, but this is still a relatively relaxed and unstressed engine. It's the wallop of torque that makes the bike fun to ride, and I'm still of the opinion that 100 horsepower is a sweet spot for riding on the road. I've ridden bikes with double the horsepower and they're pretty pointless on UK roads. Useful if you want to get into a dick swinging competition, but for everyday riding, not so much. There's been a significant change to the suspension too, which should improve what was, to be fair, an already good handling bike. Cartridge damped Marzocchi upside down forks appear on the front, with Kayaba twin shocks to the rear. The latter are adjustable for preload, but the front end doesn't offer any adjustability at all, which did surprise me. A new 12-spoke design wheel features and Brembo M50 radial monoblock calipers come in to deal with the stopping duties. They are a well-proven component, so the braking department shouldn't be found lacking. Given that Triumph now quote their curb weights as wet, it's tricky to tell if this bike is any lighter than the outgoing model. The specs show 216 kilograms wet compared to 196 kilograms dry, but with its 14.5 litre tank and taking into account the other fluids, I would suspect the overall weight is largely unchanged. Another surprise is the choice of tyre. The Metzeler Racetech RR is a pretty aggressive option, and although I can't find any details on the compound, I suspect Triumph have opted for the harder for both the front and the rear, as this is obviously fitted as an OEM homologated tyre. Electronics have had a refresh too, with upgraded riding modes of road, rain and sport. Traction control is switchable with its own dedicated button on the controls, and the new LED lighting features a daytime running light for the first time. Styling wise, not much has changed. It seems to be a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously the new wheel design stands out, as does the change to the exhaust, with the black silencer being replaced with a brushed stainless steel version. Thumbs up for that from me, however it does still have a black end cap, so maybe only one thumb. The new anodised headlight arms are a little more subtle, and of course the use of upside down forks mean a change to the mudguard mounts are required to provide some protection to the fork leg. The twin clock display all appears to be the same as before. There's a new tank graphic on two of the colours, red hopper and matte storm grey. The jet black bike has just the Triumph script on the tank and would probably be my choice. As you would expect from Triumph, there are over 50 different accessories in the catalogue, including everything from luggage and seats to bash plate and dress up goodies. The new Speed Twin will be hitting dealers in August at £11,000 on the road, which is just £300 more than the existing model. It's definitely more of an evolution than revolution, and I know that the people hoping for an announcement of a Speed Twin R will be slightly disappointed. However, that's not to say that that won't be coming along later. I think Triumph got it pretty much right with the original bike, so it's good to see that they've not messed around with the formula too much. Maybe adjustable shocks would have been a good addition, and perhaps a bit more bravery with the colour choices. But outside of that, I'm definitely looking forward to getting one out on the road to see how it compares. I've covered as much as I could without just trawling through the spec sheet, so if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments section. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and if you'd like to see more of my reviews, then please consider subscribing to the channel. That really does help me progress what I'm doing on here. So until the next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.